Well, Carl Fensky was so well known for driving the 99, we couldn't do 99 laps with no announcing, so we decided since one of the last cars that Carl drove was Dave Hesch's number 4X, we thought we'd do the first 4 laps in silence. Unfortunately, the caution comes out as the 18 of Cody Rollinger is experiencing some flames under the hood there. Looks like some oil may have gotten down onto the exhaust manifold on the passenger side of that machine. Our MTS Speedway crew will quickly jump to action to make sure that Mr. Rollinger is safe down there in turn number 4. So a break in the action here. Guy Hammernick in our first of 3 heats for the USRA Hobby Stocks. Let me tell you what we see here tonight. We have a great turnout. We have 26 hobby stocks that are going to be competing this evening.
I mean, all season long, this is the class to watch, and it's growing again. So
we have 29 Black Horse Bar and Grill USRA B mods. That division never disappoints here at Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
No, 29. That's good total.
And for
Keep them coming.
For our River City Manufacturing USRA Modifieds, we're just shy of 25. So another good turnout for our River City Manufacturing USRA Modifieds. This first heat was going good until some of that oil got down onto the exhaust, I'm assuming, or maybe down onto the hot engine block there.
Well, you know, it's kind of fitting because last time Carl raced on the tri-oval here, he was driving Les Johnsgaard number 9 and he had to pull off after having 2 fires in his heat race. So I think that was the last race that he ran here.
Well, I hope Cody didn't do that on purpose then.
No, I don't think so. But, you know, if I recall, a month ago when we left off, I thought he had a little bit of an oil leak going on perpetually.
I do remember some smoke coming from the car.
Yeah, but not to that much, I don't think. So I don't know, he might have something blowing a seal or something.
Those of you race fans who may not be weekly regulars here at Mississippi Thunder Speedway may not have understood what Guy Hammernick was just mentioning. This is the first time we've seen green flag action since the first weekend of June. We took the second Friday of June off because there's a big festival in Winona called Steamboat Days, and at that point in time, everybody heads over to Winona, and our grandstands have crickets watching the races. So for the last few years, we've been taking the second week of June off. Unfortunately, then they tore up the highway down in Fountain City, and nobody could get to the racetrack, so we had to take the next 2 weeks. So this is the first week we've been back to MTS since the first weekend of June, and we are all itching and antsy for the green flag activity.
Now fix all those bridges.
So Jay Mensick in that number 19 is going to be able to restart at the front. Compliments of the Delaware double file restart formation. Jay in the black and blue number 19 leads us out of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air, and the 11th annual River City Rumble resumes with 3 laps down, 5 to go in the heat number 1 of 3.
Mensick resumes his spot in the front of the field with Nick Schwabach sliding up to second. Holdhouse back to third in the 70 car. They go through turns 3 and 4. Then we have Scott Kuna trying to make a move for 4th on the inside of the 71. That car is driven by Jonathan Hansen.
Stephen Holthouse in that maroon number 70 machine, as I mentioned during starting lineup, a former track champion here at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. He's holding on to that 3rd place spot. The cars on either end of his, the 38 of Nick Schwabach and the 71 of Jonathan Hansen, a couple of the racers who are pulling double duty. They run USRA Hobby Stock rules on Friday night, then they completely change their race car over early Saturday morning so that they can go run WISSOTA Street Stock action. Both of them doing very well. Green flag straight up in the air. 2 laps to go for Jay Mensick in the 19.
2 to go. Kaylee Joe shuts it down, pulls onto the Lightning Speedway. Kunda finally makes the pass for 4th place, moving ahead of Hansen in the 48K.
Boy, Scott Kunda is just relishing the 2019 season. He has had quite a comeback from his struggles in the B-Mods, and he is loving life again, up to the top 4 now as he clears the 71. Final time down the back straightaway for Mensick in the 19 machine.
Yeah, Schwabach looking to see if Mensick's going to make a mistake. One more time through 3 and 4. Looks like Jay's keeping her true. He's going to pick up the first win of the night, the first win of the River City Rumble. Jay Mensick in car 19M. Nick Schwabach second in the 38 car. Steve Holdhouse, Kuna, and Hansen rounding out the top 5.
Looks like some smoke starting to show also from the 00 machine of Ludington, our pole sitter for the drop of the green flag. Not quite sure what happened with Kaylee Kajos in the 32K there. Hopefully they'll be able to figure things out. Get her back onto the racetrack later on this evening because all 26, yes, you heard me right, race fans, all 26 of this USRA Hobby Stock class are going to be competing in tonight's main event. It's going to be a doozy, I guarantee it. We get ready for heat race race number 2 now. First rolling out onto the field, or excuse me, onto the track, will be our pole sitter, Triton Krause, that 14-year-old phenom who already has a couple of feature wins this year at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. Triton Krause on the pole in the black 34. Lining up alongside of him, the crazy one, Crazy Phil from Centerville in his Centerville Welding and Repair number 86.
Second row has Seth Scholl from French Island, Wisconsin in the 93. Or Brian Scholl, sorry. Seth's in the Hornet, but we're not racing them tonight. We got Scott Spildy in the 18S on the outside from Cresco.
Lining up inside of row number 3 will be Levi Sand from Caledonia, Minnesota with his Riverland Trucking number 11 alongside of Levi. Kevin Hager from Kellogg with his Hager Racing number 94.
Fourth row has a 0-1 of Travis Krause from Buffalo City on the inside, and late model driver going back down to hobby, Derek Sutton in the 33 from Fountain City, with Jacob Lynch from Winona in the 11J rounding out our 9-car field. Green flags in the air. Let's go.
Triton Krause gets a good jump, and he's going to lead us into turn number 1. 2-car length advantage over Crazy Phil. Phil's got his hands full because there's a 5-car battle right behind him ready to erupt. The 18 of Spildy at the top, the 11 of Sand down at the bottom.
Yeah, Levi Sand hugging the bottom. Everybody else fans out. Travis Krause now in the 0-1 car trying to split the difference. Hager on the inside of him. We got a dandy going here from 4th on back. Triton Krause leading lap number 1.
Travis Krause deep in the field in that interestingly green-colored 0-1 machine. He is our defending track champion here at Mississippi Thunder Speedway in the hobby stock division. He splits the difference, takes him 3 wide down the front stretch and into turn number 1.
Almost the meat of the sandwich there for the 0-1, but he slides on up to 4th place. Levi Sand and Scholl still going side by side for 4th.
Meanwhile, it's young Triton Krause continuing to hold the rest of the field hostage as he leads him into turn number 1. Crazy Phil running second, Spildy third, and here comes that 0-1. Chugga, chugga, chugga. Travis Krause trying to freight train his way towards the front.
Spildy looking solid in the 18S car, sitting in 3rd place.
Side-by-side battle for 3rd. Krause to the inside of Spildy. Spildy in the 18. Then right behind them, 3 cars battling for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Levi Sand, Brian Scholl, and Kevin Hager.
Good battle for 3rd. Looks like Travis Krause is going to make the pass. Completes it coming out of 4. He's going to slide up to 3rd place in that Outlaw 0-1.
Yeah,
Has his sight set on the 86 Crazy Phil.
Not only did Travis have to start almost at the tail end of the field, he was inside of the 4th of 5 rows, but he had heavy traffic, Guy Hammernick, that he had to work his way through. He did it cleanly. He split the difference down the front straightaway and snuck between a couple of competitors, but I don't think there was any contact here. Now he's going to try and sneak underneath. Crazy Phil coming out of turn number 2.
Oh, great outside in crossover move by the 0-1 of Krause. Takes it into turn 3 and 4. White flag's going to come out. He's going to slide up high. Try to take Triton on this last lap.
Going to be a battle of the Krauses here. Travis goes into turn number 1 high. Let's see if he can get up alongside of the 34 coming out of turn number 2. Door to door on the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Challenge for the lead has been thrown from the 0-1. It'll be a drag race out of turn number 4. Checkered flag is in the air. Travis Krause, what a charge to the front for a heat race win.
Wow, that was a fantastic run by the 0-1. Triton's going to have to settle for 2nd in the 34. Crazy Phil finishes 3rd in the 86. Then we have Spildy in the 18 and the 11 of Levi Sand riding out your top 5. But here's your winner, 0-1. Let's give it a hand. Give him a hand. Travis Krause.
Krause in that River Valley Storage and Wild Ones 0-1 machine celebrating yet another heat race win. You know, the 2019 has not been a all 100% happy affair for Travis Krause. The year got started with, I believe, a blown motor. Had a bunch of troubles the first couple of weeks, but the last time we were spending some time in Victory Lane, the last week we were spending time in Victory Lane, it was Travis down there who was able to finally redeem himself and get back into Victory Lane.
Got the 0-1 back on track, obviously. 3rd row, sliding out onto the speedway. I talked to Sean down at Decorah, and he said he had the car all put back together. He's got the pole for the 3rd heat. That's Sean Krause in car 44 in the pink 44 from Minnesota City, and Quinn Arnold driving the 32 on the outside. It's kind of funny. I think that's
Kaylee's old car.
That's Kaylee's other car. Yeah. So Kaylee Gajot's other car. Quinn's in tonight.
Row number 2 will have Steve Dwyer, feature winner this year, lining up on the inside with that number 7 machine alongside of La Crosse's Dwyer will be Holman, Wisconsin's Carl Gerke in that orange number 60 machine.
Third row has Dustin Gulbranson from Sioux Falls, South Dakota in car number 6. Long way to go for a hobby stalker, but we're glad to have him here. We have Mike James in the 88 on the outside of that third row from Winona.
Lining up inside of row number 4 will be Mike's son, Jake James, also from Winona with the black number 16 machine. And rounding out this 8-car field will be Hunter Johnson from Elba, Minnesota with the number 12. 8 cars, 8 laps, heat number 3 of 3 for our Jailhouse Saloon USRA Hobby Stocks.
Yeah, you know, the weather forecast coming into Wednesday, I wasn't sure how we were going to fare, but my golly, it turned out to be an awesome night here.
Yeah, beautiful evening. We've had blue skies. It has been a little on the warm and humid side, we understand, but at least we have green flag activity in front of us, and we're about to enjoy some more, because here comes our third heat out of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air, and it'll be a drag race of the hand-painted hobby stocks down into turn number 1. Krause on the inside, Arnoldy on the outside.
Keep an eye on that 7 of Dwyer, though, looking on the inside of the 44 Krause. He's going to go side by side with Arnoldy going into turn 3.
Dustin Gulbranson also looked quick down the backstretch. He's doing a crossover maneuver. Entered 3 high, exits 4 low. 3-car battle for the lead. Dwyer's got it at the line. Krause back to second, and here comes Gulbranson in that black number 6.
Boy, kind of a pile of cars behind going for 5th, 6th, and 7th as well. Sean Krause fighting back on the high side in the 44. Gulbranson on the inside. Both eyeing up that 7 of Steve Dwyer, currently at the front of the field.
Quinn Arnoldy staying with the top 3, giving us a 4-car battle for 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Right behind him, after just a bit of West Central Wisconsin clay, we have a 3-car battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Currently, the James family battling side by side, the 88 and the 16, with Gerke right behind him in the orange 60.
Yeah, you don't want to have any contact between 88 or 16, because then Mike is going to have to fix it and foot the bill. So
yeah, if Jake gets into Dad, he may be grounded for the week. We'll see how this plays out as they head into turn number 3 under the Coca-Cola scoring tower, which is showing us 3 laps down, 5 to go. 4 this time at the line.
Yeah, Gulbranson all over the backside of the 7 of Dwyer. Loses a little bit of grip coming out of 2 that time, but keep an eye on him as he charges into turn 3, takes a look to the high side.
Dwyer turning a 75-mile-an-hour average speed lap the last time across the line. This time across the line, exactly the same, 75 even for the number 7, and that's an average lap speed.
Sean Krause holding 3rd down with Quinn Arnoldy in the 32. Quinn, first time out this year driving the car. 2 to go this time by for the field.
Green flag straight up and down. That's a way that our official MTS flagman Bobby Owen can let the drivers know that there are only 2 more circuits left. Sean Krause getting a little loose there in between 1 and 2. Makes you wonder if he might have a tire going down. The car really was not very comfortable. White flag is out now. 1 more lap to go for Steve Dwyer in the 7.
Yeah, Gulbranson can catch him. He just does not have the lane to make the pass. Boy, good battle still going on for 3rd as now looks like something happened to Arnoldy's car in the 32. He like lost power. Krause shoots ahead. Checker flag's going to fly. Coming out of 4, it's going to be Steve Dwyer picking up the win. Gulbranson 2nd, Sean Krause 3rd. 4th's going to go to Quinn Arnoldy with Jake James rounding out the top 5 in car 16.
Folks, while our 3rd heat race was underway, I saw some of the individuals selling the 50-50 tickets making their way through the grandstands. If you would like to buy a 50-50 ticket, they're raising money for the Figure Skating Club tonight. Make sure you wave them down. But right now, let me draw your attention to the front stretch in the Z-Man, number 70. How about a nice round of applause for your heat race winner, Steve Dwyer.
Last update we had was $350 in the pot for the 50-50, so winner share takes home half. Also want to let you know, kids, that Tony's going to be lining up the MTS Fun Bus down by the lower concession stand. So kids, with your parents' permission, head on down and get a free ride through the pits and into the infield for some heat race action.
And a quick reminder for you moms and dads and grandpas and grandmas, it's absolutely free. The kids are chaperoned. We put them in the fun bus, give them a couple of trips through the pits so that they can see dirt track racing prep from a different angle, and we take them down into the infield and let them watch some green flag laps from the Lightning Speedway, which is that smaller oval in the interior of the much larger Big Third Mile. Heat number 1 of 3 for our Black Horse Bar and Grill USRA V-Mods On the pole, Ryan Maitland from Waterloo, Iowa. Coming up from the Corn County area with the number 4 machine. Lining up alongside of him, Shadow Kitchener, from Arkansas, Wisconsin with a 68.
Darren Johnsgaard from off the backstretch in the 8J from Fountain City. And Colby Mann, first race of the year in the 60 from Caledonia.
Rodney Hurst in the 65. Calvin Iverson in the 27. That's row 3.
Brandon Maitland in car 2X from Waterloo. And Bill Stetner from Indian Grove Heights on the inside, or on the outside of that 4th row. Here we go.
Green flag is in the air. We take some heavy traffic down into turn number 1. 3 wide, and a battle for third is Colby Mann. Fends off the challenges in that red, white, and blue Stars and Stripes number 60 machine. But out front, 2-car battle for the lead. Cross the line first will be the number 4 of Ryan Maitland.
Maitland on the inside, Kitchener on the eye side. Good battle all the way through the field. Colby Mann back in 3rd place after a very successful spring baseball season. A little late to the party this year in the USRA BMOD action, but picking up where he left off last year, running in 3rd. We got the 2-car out there as well.
I was talking with Darren earlier tonight in my weekly run through the pits. He said he made wholesale changes to that number 8 machine. He's in the top 5, but he's being challenged by the 27X.
Ryan Maitland still holding the lead in that 4-car. Seen him run at some of the Iowa speedways. Looking good come out of 4. I believe this might be his first trip to Mississippi Thunder.
How about Shadow Kitchener and that number 68 machine coming up from Arkansas, Wisconsin. Used to be a Hornet driver here. He's made the move up to the B-Mods in the last couple of seasons. He's enjoying a strong run here tonight. Holding on to 2nd, trying to fend off the advances of the Deuce there. Working to his inside.
That's Brandon Maitland, also from Waterloo, coming up on the inside.
Darren Johnsgaard got pretty loose there entering turn number 2. He was able to save it, but he lost a lot of ground and momentum on the competition. Green flag straight up and down. 2 more laps to go for this Maitland family battle in the top 2 positions. Shadow Kitchener now being swamped by Colby Mann and Calvin Iverson.
Yeah, Calvin Iverson in the top 5 in the 27. Him and Kitchener have had a good battle here the last few laps. They got Colby Mann on their sights as the white comes out with 1 to go.
Maitland, Mann, your top 3. Kitchener holding on to 4th. Iverson going to try and get a run out of turn number 2.
Colby Mann takes to the top of the side of the speedway, but it looks like it's going to be Ryan Maitland picking up the win. Brandon Maitland 2nd, Colby Mann close 3rd, and I believe Kitchener was 4th, with Calvin Iverson rounding out the top 5 in the orange and black 27.
Unofficial results posted on the Coca-Cola scoring tower just outside of turn number 3. But here is your heat race winner coming up from Waterloo, Iowa. Give a nice warm Wisconsin welcome to your heat race winner, Ryan Maitland in the number 4. First of 3 heat races in the books for our, first of 4 heat races in the books for our Black Horse Bar and Grill USRA B-Mods.
Second heat coming out of the speedway looks like this, with Jet Sorensen from Rochester, Minnesota in the 54J, and John Farron from Colfax, Wisconsin in the 54. So we have a pair of 54s in the front row.